have to agree.
Just be good.
I don't always agree. You weren't here for the earlier one.
You don't know. All right, we're on to sour number 3. We're going back to Great Notion. This time, we've got double raspberry marshmallow shake. So for all of their berry beers, they got this dude and his pants are full of berries and whatever else they got, but this time they put more marshmallows. I hope it's just berries. His berries. And any dingleberries he's got back there, dude. Anyway, this is a tart ale with raspberry and natural and artificial flavors. So I wonder if they took artificial marshmallow instead of actually putting marshmallow in it. But who knows? This is 9% though.
Wow.
So something I like about Great Notion is that they tend to do higher ABV on their sours, which for me, if I'm getting a sour, I kind of like that because it means you can have like one glass and you're kind of good.
Yeah.
How do you feel? This is gonna be your second Great Notion beer now.
I'm excited. Yeah. I mean, I liked the first one.
Do you like raspberry?
Yeah.
Do you like marshmallow?
Well, I don't know about together, but we'll find out.
We're gonna find out right now. All right, let's crack it open. Definitely raspberry red in my opinion.
It's like strawberry soda.
All right, on to the nose. I'm actually getting vanilla, which to me, maybe that's the artificial marshmallow is vanilla because they add vanilla to marshmallows.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of that raspberry, but yeah.
Really, I'm getting all vanilla. Maybe I poured you all the raspberry and I have all the marshmallow.
No, it's like a vanilla after smell. That's the thing.
There's a little bit there.
It's like I originally got some raspberry, but then it leaves vanilla in
Yeah.
your nose. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's
It's not bad.
got a sour kick to it.
I expect that with raspberry.
That vanilla flavor comes out though. That, you know, even though it kind of comes up as vanilla, I do get that marshmallow kind of aftertaste.
Yeah.
I feel like I just
There's
ate
a little bit of that,
like I just ate a marshmallow.
that fluffiness.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So whatever that
interesting.
artificial flavor is, again, I don't know if that's the artificial flavor, but that's just my guess.
Yeah.
Because usually if they add marshmallow to beers, I don't get as strong a vanilla note. I get more of just overall like marshmallow, like jet puff, like that smell of the bag kind of. Raspberry is not as strong as I thought it would be, especially with it being double raspberry, which when they do double raspberry, they add twice as much as they do on the regular raspberry. Usually, I expected this to be a lot more raspberry forward.
Yeah, definitely. You would think, right, with double, but you know, the marshmallow does become pretty overpowering because once it leaves the taste in your mouth kind of lingering,
Yep, and that's what you
it
get.
influences the next sip.
That's
You
true.
start getting that marshmallow more of it.
So then it just builds marshmallow. The raspberry becomes an afterthought, which for me, I'm not a fan of because I love raspberry in my beer.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with marshmallow is sometimes you add it, or this, you know, if this is artificial, then it just masks other flavors.
But overall, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not too sour though. Like
It's not.
it's pushing it, calling itself a sour. You know?
Yeah, it's almost tart.
Yeah.
It's less tart than the other 2 beers that we've had, I would say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which is fine. Now, again, this would be a good intro beer for somebody who doesn't like sour beers. Give them this, see how they like it. If they like this, move them on to something else with a little bit more acidity to it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to final thoughts. What would you give our double raspberry marshmallow shake out of 5?
You know, I'd probably give this a 3.5 out of 5 because it is pretty good, and you know, even though the raspberry doesn't really come out as much as we would hope,
Right.
the marshmallow is not. It's not bad. It's not too overpowering to the point where you don't like it. It's kind of it's a nice mellow vibe to it, but it's not really sour as much as if you would want a sour beer. But it's pretty good. Yeah, I think a 3.5 is pretty fair.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 as well. For me, when I see tart ale or sour, I want it to be tart or sour. I prefer the lip puckering side of things. This one, like you said, not really reaching that tartness level that I would prefer, especially with raspberry. Raspberry is a tart fruit,
Yeah,
and I'm really surprised that with double raspberry we don't get more tartness and acidity out of this. But that being said, it's not unpleasant.
No.
It's not a beer that I'm ready to throw down the drain at all. You know, we'd finish this whole can and be fine, but it's just lacking with what I want in a sour beer.
What'd you say the percentage was on this guy?
9%.
Okay.
That being said, 9%, it doesn't feel like a 9% beer at all.
Yeah, this will sneak up on you.
Yeah.
That is not a strong alcohol taste.
And that is something that I like with Great Notion and their sours, is that they have these high alcohol percentages in them. And you'll be fine, and it kind of sneaks up on you, but you don't taste it like you do with maybe a triple IPA that's a 9%. All right, so we've done 3 sour beers. How are you feeling?
Well, I really enjoyed the first one we tried.
The first one.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite of the 3.
So you enjoy getting baked, is what I'm
That
hearing.
one, yeah. It was
Alright.
because it was nice, pleasant. You know, it was just a good experience.
Yeah.
This one would be my second, and then the third would be the.
All right, so you're digging Great Notion from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, Great Notion is impressive.
It's time for our 4th sour.
There's 4.
All right, the 4th and final sour, we have Sland du Jour Mango Apricot Cobbler by Drekker Brewing. So these guys, they're known for these kind of like crazy flavor combinations. So we got Mango Apricot Cobbler. How do you feel about those flavors?
You know, that's an interesting combination. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but
I mean, I'm expecting more fruit, more cinnamon, more of that pie crust flavor we got like earlier. What I love about it is that they break everything down. So we got the malt. So they tell you all the malts they use, the hops they use, anything else they use. So like they use the lactobacillus culture in here and the house ale yeast. So they add those. That's what's fermenting the beer. But then add-ons are always called adjuncts, but they call them gimmicks. So it's, you know, kind
a
of
little play on it.
Yeah. So mango, apricot, granola, brown sugar, cinnamon, lactose, and vanilla beans. So I expect this to be like a pie. So very similar to the baked we had earlier. I'm expecting to get mango and the apricot first, then get the sweetness with the brown sugar. And brown sugar has a distinct sweetness, unlike like cane sugar or white sugar. And then we're gonna get that, hopefully that cinnamon aftertaste and that pie crust flavor.
All right. Look forward to it.
That's enough talking. Let's get to drinking. All right, are you ready? Final sour.
Let's do it.
Oh, it's everywhere. Well, it looks like mango nectar.
It's very mango coming. Oh yeah.
What are you getting on the nips?
I'm getting that pie crust that you were talking about. Yeah. Similar to the baked.
Cinnamon's coming through. A little bit of vanilla. I get almost that mango in the beginning, but then the other like aromas come in and kind of like kick it out of the way.
Yeah, honestly, that pie crust.
Yeah,
it's really strong. That's what I'm getting the most.
Let's see how it tastes.
So yeah, like you said, it is similar to the baked one, but with that apricot mango combination kind of coming in. You know, if you're into those two flavors together, it's definitely for you. But it's a little odd for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, I'm not impressed.
Yeah, I'm not digging it too much, but
the mango wants to be the star. The mango flavor's there. It's a little more subtle than I would like it in a beer like this.
Yeah. The apricot's a little stronger. I feel it kind of comes in more at the end.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of apricot myself, so it's not too great to me. But yeah, it's if you're in apricot, then I think you would enjoy this one.
And if I'm gonna have apricot, I'd rather it be in one of those sours that's way more sour and more dry tasting.
Yeah.
Because then they can really shine and come through by itself. Here, I feel like this is one of those where there's too much going on. You have the mango wanting to come through, apricot's fighting it, then the cinnamon wants to come out and play, and then the vanilla is there, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm also a pie crust.
Yeah, similar to that baked one we had earlier. It's like the pie crust comes out first. It's kind of like the first thing you get. And then you get that war of the mango and apricot. It's just kind of weird. But it's you know, it's not terrible.
Yeah, this is a beer where it's interesting. I'm glad I tried it, but I wouldn't go back for it again.
Same.
All right, all that being said, what would you give this out of 5?
Probably give this, personally, a 2.5 out of 5. As we discussed, the battle between the two flavors kind of comes out weird to me.
It's too much of a clash.
Yeah, it's just not, yeah, I'm not digging it that much. I definitely wouldn't go back to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. It's just not hitting the mark for me. If I want mango, I want something that's gonna give me all mango. If I want apricot, maybe I'm gonna give something that's all apricot. The cinnamon's not as much of a player as it was earlier, and I want that. And vanilla doesn't even come through as much as we got in the last beer we had.
No.
So to me, this is more all over the place,
Yeah.
trying to be something, and it doesn't all really mold together.
I mean, it was a bold attempt. It was a bold attempt to try and bring those two flavors together. But, yeah, personally, I don't think it's a good combination.
Yeah, once again, this is a beer I'm really glad that I got to try, and I got to show to you, but it's not something that I'm gonna reach for again in the future.
Yeah.
Well, we did all the sours that I brought. How are you feeling now about sours versus hazies?
You know, I still prefer the hazy IPAs over the sours. That's just my preference on type of beer I like. But the sours are, you know, they're distinct and nice flavor if you're into it.
Yep.
And out of the 4 we tried, I still think baked was my favorite, the first one.
All right.
With the raspberry one as the second. This one is tied with the pineapple.
Tied? This is a distant last place for me.
Yeah, the
I'd
pineapple.
rather have my alcoholic pineapple juice.
Okay, yeah. I mean, those two are kind of on par with. I guess score-wise, I scored the pineapple higher, but when I'm thinking about it now, it's just kind of, you know, they're both just two I wouldn't really go back to.
All right. Well, we're done with sours. We're done with hazies. It's time for stouts. Thanks for watching today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, we're the Brewmatures, trying every beer from around the world. One sip at a time. Alright, we need the same outro. All you have to do is remember, clink, one sip at a time.
Oh, okay.
When we get there.
We do this.
Hey, that's perfect B-roll footage right there.
Clink one sip at a time? Okay. Alright. Watch this, play. You'll be impressed. Do not laugh.
Did you have to wink though?
The mango wants to be the star,
Yeah.
and the apricot doesn't let it be the star.
It's weird. Yeah. It's like a battle of those two flavors.
It's like when we hang out with Marvin and Eric, dude.
That's an inside joke. No one will get it. Make sure you get my good side, bro.
I thought you were getting a fucking bug. Remember that, Erica. You're gonna be more sober than we will be.